What's up, Chiefs Kingdom? Welcome back to the channel that brings you everything you need to know about our beloved team. Today, we have a bombshell to discuss, a hot take from a former NFL quarterback that's causing quite the stir among fans. Our MVP, Patrick Mahomes, has received a troubling warning as we head into the final stretch of the season. Are the Chiefs really in danger? Or is this just another case of media exaggeration? Before we dive into this analysis, make sure to smash that like button to help our channel grow and reach more Chiefs fans out there. And if you're not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? The Chiefs have racked up 11 wins this season, currently the best record in the NFL. We've secured our playoff spot and remain one of the favorites to win it all. Sounds great, right? But is it really that simple? If we take a closer look at the last few games, we start to see some concerning cracks. Take last week's victory against the Raiders as a prime example. A team considered mediocre and far from playoff contention led us in the first half and gave us trouble until the very end. Of course, with Patrick Mahomes leading the charge, we pulled off the comeback. But this raises an important question. Are we relying too heavily on Mahomes' individual brilliance while neglecting other parts of the team? We've had nail-biter wins against the Panthers and Broncos, both of whom are also out of playoff contention. What's happening with the Chiefs? And more importantly, what does this mean for the playoffs, where every mistake can cost us a championship? Now comes the most controversial part. Ryan Fitzpatrick, a former NFL quarterback and current commentator, dropped a heavy critique of the Chiefs in a post on X. He compared our team to the Philadelphia Eagles from last season, a team that started strong but stumbled down the stretch. He said, and I quote, "I don't like the vibes in KC right now. This team feels eerily similar to Philly last year when they were 10-1 and things fell apart." Fitzpatrick went a step further, questioning Mahomes' motivation as we head into this final stretch. After winning back-to-back Super Bowls, might some regular season games feel mundane for a quarterback? Could this make sense? Mahomes has always been a fierce competitor, but could he really be relaxing after reaching the top? Or is Fitzpatrick just stirring the pot? But Fitzpatrick's warning wasn't just about Mahomes. He also highlighted a point that's concerning many analysts: the declining performance of the Chiefs' defense. Let's break down the numbers. At the start of the season, our defense was a highlight, allowing an average of just 17 points per game. However, in the last 4 games, that number has jumped to 24 points per game. While that may seem minor, in the NFL, it can be the difference between winning and losing in the playoffs. Fitzpatrick claimed that the defense is hanging by a thread, saying it has gone from dominant to mediocre. Is that true? Players like Chris Jones and L'Jarius Sneed are still performing at a high level, but the overall consistency of the group appears to have dropped. Are we dealing with hidden injuries, a lack of adjustments from coach Steve Spagnuolo, or have opposing teams figured out how to exploit our weaknesses? Now, let's dive deeper into the comparison Fitzpatrick made with last year's Eagles. Remember that team? They started strong but lost momentum down the stretch, entering the playoffs without the same fire. The result? They were eliminated before making it to the Super Bowl. Are the Chiefs following the same path? We're winning games, but not convincingly. Those close victories against the Raiders, Panthers, and Broncos could have easily turned into losses if Mahomes hadn't gone into hero mode at crucial moments. Relying solely on him is risky, especially with formidable opponents like the Dolphins, Ravens, and Jaguars gaining momentum in the conference. But before we panic, let's remember who we're dealing with: Patrick Mahomes, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. If anyone can carry a team on his back, it's him. Think back to some of his most incredible playoff performances. The epic comeback against the Texans in 2020, that unforgettable duel against the Bills in 2022, and of course, his Super Bowl heroics. Plus, Andy Reid is an offensive genius. We know he saves his best plays for the most crucial moments. So while